Hello, all. I am your host, Rodimus Prime. It's been a while since we've done one of these. It is Wednesday, May 18th, 2022, and here are today's gaming news and updates. In our first story of the day, blockchain gaming startup N3twork Studios Incorporated has raised $46 million in funding. The company plans to make this announcement today as the startup prepares to launch two new games. The startup has received sizable investments from Kleiner Perkins and Galaxy Interactive and saw the first series of funding ran by Griffin Gaming Partners. N3twork Studios became an independent company after the acquisition of the network gaming technology platform by blockchain company Forte. The two games currently being developed are Legendary Heroes Unchained, which will involve raising armies and conquering lands, with a soft launch slated for later this year. The other game is called Triumph and is set in a fantasy world where players can go on quests and fight monsters. These new games being developed are part of a growing trend in blockchain games where they are free to play and making money isn't the main purpose of the game, and that players may have the opportunity to earn money as a fun bonus. This stands in stark contrast to the play-to-earn model currently used by blockchain games like Axie Infinity, where players breed and battle monsters represented by NFTs. N3twork Studios president Matt Ricchetti has stated that these play-to-earn games are just gamified financial experiences, where players focus on winning crypto tokens and often have to spend money to join in the first place. While there has been a lot of backlash concerning the addition of NFTs and crypto tokens to games, and critics argue it doesn't actually improve the games, Ricchetti argues that these digital assets allow people to actually own the items they play with, since characters, weapons, and virtual land can be represented by NFTs. Ricchetti has stated that his goal is to build real authentic games with sustainable economies. What are your opinions or thoughts on crypto tokens and NFTs in games? Let me know in the comments down below. In our second story of the day, an undervalued employee gave security warnings to his company. When they didn't listen, he decided to prove his point by trashing 4 financial servers. You ever had a bad day at your job? You ever felt like your coworkers didn't listen? What would you do? Would you go to your boss? Would you go to a coworker? Or commit an action that resulted in you going to prison for 7 years? Han Bing, a database administrator for Lianjia, a Chinese real estate brokerage, previously known as Homelink, was allegedly one of only 5 people in the security team with access to his company's financial systems databases. So when someone logged in with root access to Lianjia's financial system and deleted the lot, the company already had a handful of suspects. After some forensic analysis of the company's server logs, as well as some closed-circuit television footage, the company was able to link records held on the server with the host name of Bing's MacBook, as well as MAC and IP addresses linked on his computer. With all the evidence in hand, it was determined that Bing was the only one responsible and found guilty of damaging computer information and sentenced to 7 years in prison. His co-workers have suggested that the reasoning behind it is deletion of company records might be due to the fact he discovered the security of the financial system was compromised and his concerns were ignored. He worked with another admin to bring the issues to his superiors in the company and was apparently dismissed. It is then alleged that Bing argued with his coworkers, and after this his office was relocated. It suggested that he no longer felt valued by the company and his demeanor was passive and sluggish, and often he was very late. Regardless of his intentions, I believe Mr. Bing didn't think he would end up in prison for 7 years for his actions. In our final story of the day, the recent hashtag Save Red Dead Online campaign has finally gotten a response from the man upstairs. It seems that Rockstar Games owner and Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick has finally responded to the online fan campaign known as Save Red Dead Online. The campaign is centered around the frustration of online players after the game stopped receiving notable content updates, the last major one coming back in December 2020, which was just 2 years after its initial release. Since then, there have been some small-scale events and in-game bonuses, but it is hardly enough to explain to fans why there hasn't been any new significant content, as it is widely felt that they have just scratched the surface of the possibilities of the game. To date, Red Dead Redemption 2 has sold over 44 million copies, and with Red Dead Online as a solo title with a massive player base, it only makes sense to bolster that game with more content. Zelnick played the company man, stating that they had an awful lot they were working on, mainly referring to the confirmed next entry in the Grand Theft Auto series, updates for GTA Online, and some upcoming remasters. Zelnick stated that it is ultimately up to Rockstar when and if updates are released for Red Dead Online. As of right now, we have no idea if or when Rockstar will talk more about the future of Red Dead Online. Given the prolonged silence regarding the game from Rockstar and the loud response from fans, it's hard to imagine we'll hear anything anytime soon. With Rockstar already confirming that development is underway on the next Grand Theft Auto game, it may not have the resources to split up the team to go to work on Red Dead Online. Nonetheless, it would be nice to hear an official response from Rockstar to know for sure what the future of the game holds. But alright guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you could do me a favor and please like the video and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.